beyond excited to have you with me yet again for another week. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sandra Aneno and this is #EverythingMama. If you have been watching since the very first video of 2021, my only hope is that right now you're being tickled and you're being, inspired to look into the things that you're passionate about and take them to the next level. I need you to understand how much of a big role passion plays in pushing you towards the kind of life that you ought to have. At least the kind of life I know deep down you want, because whatever you're passionate about, you will care about. And whatever you care about, you will nurture. And whatever you nurture will grow. Which brings me to our topic for today, mentorship. Wait. Before you click stop, pause, or stop watching, this video is actually very informative because one, I'll be sharing about who a mentor is, why is it important to have a mentor, and what are the 5 tips that you need to look for in a perfect mentor-mentee relationship. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. So I've never actually had a mentor. 30 years of age and I've never had a mentor, at least not intentionally, but this year, I decided that it was time to have a mentor. So I walked up to my mother, God bless her soul, not my biological mother, but a mother figure that God has placed in my life that I believe is perfect for the role of mentor in my life. So I walked up to her and I was like, I don't really know how to go about this. I've never really done this, but I would really appreciate it if you would be my mentor. And to my utter joy, she said yes. So ladies and gentlemen who are watching, who is a mentor? My own explanation, I would say that a mentor is an experienced and trusted advisor who teaches, who guides, who directs, usually a less experienced and younger person. So for example, in my life right now, my mentor would be my mother. My newly found mentor would be my mother, who I believe has the experience, who I believe has the knowledge that is relevant to my life right now. So there you go. A mentor is someone who is usually older than you, who has more experience and uses that experience to teach, guide, and direct. So why is having a mentor important? I've been mentored indirectly, not like intentionally, where I walk up to someone and I tell them, I want you to be my mentor for reasons A, B, C, and D. But I believe we have all been mentored indirectly, and we also mentor indirectly. So for example, parents are like the first mentors that a child will ever have. But why is mentorship important? I think the biggest thing for me is the aspect of accountability. When you have a mentor, this is someone to whom you're accountable, about the decisions that you're taking in your life, the moves that you're making, why you're making them, how you're making those moves happen. So this person holds you accountable in the sense that when they see you going off the rails, they're going to be like, yo, Sandra, I don't think this is what you should have done, because they do have more experience than you. So that relationship is very important because it teaches you how to be accountable to someone. And it also teaches you to be accountable to yourself, to hold yourself accountable for the things that you're doing, why you're doing them, when you choose to do them, and who you do them with. And then lastly, I think mentorship is extremely important, at least in my case. Why mentorship is on my vision board this year is because it's kind of like a daily drive. Having a mentor is like, she's like a daily fuel. I keep thinking, what would Ruth do? Now, this is something that she doesn't know. But I keep thinking, what would Ruth do? How would she handle this situation? My mother is called Ruth, or by call Dr. Ruth, or by call. So mentorship kind of gives you the environment to be sharpened by iron, to be surrounded by people, who have seen more than you, who have done more than you, whose results you admire. There you go. That is a mentor, and that is why mentorship is important. So if you do not have a mentor currently, I suggest you look within your life and find someone who has 5 of the things that I'm going to discuss in our next segment. All right. So when you're looking for a mentor, when you're looking for someone to speak into your life, for someone to guide and direct and advise you, these are the 5 things that I would suggest you look for. Thing number 1, find a mentor who is enthusiastic to share their experience. Mazi, why are you laughing? The word enthusiastic. But yes, find someone who is enthusiastic and eager to share. The perfect example that came to me was, I found myself thinking of who my favorite teacher in high school was, and it was Miss 2K. Miss 2K was my history teacher, and she was absolutely brilliant because every single time she walked into class, she was excited to teach us. Like, she couldn't wait to tell us about why these people migrated to there, or and history should be boring. I mean, it's events that have already happened. But I was so inspired by the drive that she had to teach us that automatically I started to enjoy history and I excelled at it. So that same thing. It is useless to find someone who has all the knowledge that is relevant to you, who has all the ideas that you want to learn, who has all this information that you hope to learn from, but they do not want to share it, or they are not enthusiastic to teach and to guide and to direct. So my mother, preparing to get married kind of brought us a bit more closer. She and a couple of friends of mine put together a bridal shower, and the things that were discussed in that bridal shower, specifically by her, just got this bell ringing in my mind that this is the person who is perfect to teach me. Why? Because they have knowledge that is relevant to my life and the things that I want to do. And then secondly, my mentor, my new mentor, is so eager to teach, so enthusiastic to teach. And because she is, it just rubs off onto me, which brings me to tip number 2. If you have a mentor already, I hope that you are enthusiastic to learn from them. So those 2 things go hand in hand. Your mentor needs to be enthusiastic and eager to share, to teach, and then you, the mentee, need to find someone from whom you're eager to learn. Why? We all like being in control of our fate, like being the captain of our ship, or being in control and knowing, but the truth is, we don't know it all. I mean, there are certain things that certain areas where people have excelled more than us, and those are the people to whom we look to do what? To learn. So your mentor needs to be someone that you want to learn from. You have to be willing to humble yourself to that particular person, to have a teachable spirit, so that as they are eager to teach and to share, you're eager to learn. So those are 2 tips so far. Your mentor needs to be enthusiastic to share, and then your mentor needs to be someone that you are eager to learn from. Tip number 3. Your mentor needs to be someone with whom you can be honest. So because of the type of relationship that a mentor and a mentee have, I imagine it must be close. For those of you who already have mentors, I imagine your relationship has to be very close. There has to be transparency, and there has to be, honesty. It can't be a relationship where you're lying about certain things, because then they can't properly guide you. I mean, if there's gaps in the story, or if there are pieces to the puzzle that are missing because you're withholding them, then how can they better guide you? How can they better teach you? So choose a mentor with whom you can be honest. I asked my husband if I could share this story, so here goes. My mom, who is my mentor now, my mother figure, a couple of years ago, asked me if I was sexually active. I think I was in late university. She asked me if I was sexually active, and I lied. I said no, I wasn't, which wasn't the truth. But then we were in an atmosphere where I couldn't be 100% honest with her. There were certain things of my life that I was holding back, and because she was also put into a situation where she couldn't properly impart, and talk to me. People only go as far as you will let them. So tip number 3, if you have a mentor and you're not in a position to be 110% honest with them, look for another mentor. And if you do not have a mentor, my advice is that you look for one. Look for someone with whom you can be completely honest with, because that way they too can pour into your life. Tip number 4. While you look for a mentor, or if you already have one, I hope it is someone who you admire and someone whose results you aspire to achieve. Last year into this year, it dawned on me that all the people that we admire, or all the people that we want to be like, we want the results that they have. All the people that maybe we follow on social media and are inspired by, it's the after success, or it's the things that they have attained for themselves that we admire, not necessarily the process that they took to do what, to get there. But it's more than that. A mentor should be someone whose process you admire. Like, see beyond the results that they have, see beyond the good job, the flourishing career, the cars, the houses. Look beyond that. That is good to admire, but admire the process that got them to that place. And your mentor should be someone who is willing to teach you, those tidbits of the process, because they say tough times don't last, tough people do. So find a mentor who you admire and a mentor who you aspire to be like. Lastly, tip number 5, and this one is very, very important. Okay, they all are, but I think this one is extremely important. While you look for a mentor, find someone who sees the great potential in you and wants you to win. That is my mother. And how I found out she wants me to win, or she sees potential in me, is when I asked her, will you be my mentor? She said yes. For me, the answer yes is, number one, an indication to that this person wants you to win. So they see potential in you so much that they want to teach you, so much that they want to guide you. They want to guide your footsteps, the decisions you make. Do this, don't do that. So another story is, my father figure gave me money to enroll. I'm a lawyer by profession. My dad gave me about 600,000 to enroll and get a practicing certificate. So I was unable to use that money because a family emergency came up, and I tapped into it and it went. I sought permission on sharing this, but I wasn't able to enroll. But my mother has never stopped asking me about this. When do you intend to enroll? When do you intend to practice? I want to see you thrive in this area. Sandra, why haven't you done something about this? You're so full of potential in this area. You need to, even this year, she wants me to succeed. She wants me to win. And because she does, she keeps pushing me. She keeps telling me you can. And it finally also dawns within me, I want to win. I have someone in my corner who wants me to win, and that makes them the perfect mentor. So I hope that these 5 tips have tickled your mind. For those of you who already have mentors, if they don't have these things, I think you need to look afresh. Look afresh. And if you don't have a mentor, guys, it's about time. Find a mentor who can teach you, who can guide you, who is enthusiastic to learn, with whom you can be honest, with whom you can learn from, someone who admires, someone who you admire, and then lastly, someone who sees potential in you and wants you to win. So our question of the day is this.
Yeah.
What things do you think are important to have in your mentor? Because we are all unique. My goals are not your goals. Your vision is not my vision, but the whole concept of mentorship is the same. So what things are you looking for in your mentor if you don't already have one? Go ahead, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you and talk to you. Hey, wait, yes. If you have not yet hit subscribe, by the way, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on all of the lovely content that I have on this channel. Next week, I get to share about creating a vision board that challenges you and pushes you to start living in the future for the ideal life that you want. See you.